Imagine this. A little girl, fragile and pale, sat in the corner of a crowded street. Her tiny hands held tightly onto her chest as if trying to stop the pain inside. People walked past her, some glanced, some even frowned, but no one stopped. They all had their reasons, their busyness, their excuses. She was just another child to them, but to someone, she was everything. That someone was her father, a man the world called powerful, a CEO who had built empires, closed million-dollar deals, and stood on stages where the world clapped for him. Yet, in this moment, none of his power, none of his wealth, none of his fame could help. Because his little girl was sick, and he couldn't be there in time. The world that admired him turned cold when his daughter needed warmth. The people who worked under him, who bowed when he entered a room, were nowhere to be found when his child cried for help. But then, kindness appeared, not from someone rich, not from someone powerful, not from someone with status. It came from a man the world often ignored, a delivery driver, a single dad. He didn't ask whose child she was, he didn't ask for reward, he didn't care about names or money. He just saw a little girl who needed help. And without a second thought, he lifted her in his arms and ran like she was his own, like her heartbeat was his mission. At the hospital, when the CEO finally arrived, breathless, desperate, and terrified, he saw his daughter safe. Not because of his wealth. Not because of his influence. But because of the compassion of a man who had nothing to give, except his heart. And in that moment, the CEO realized something no business school, no boardroom, no title had ever taught him: true greatness is not measured in power, but in kindness. Friends, remember this: the world may value success, but in the end, it is kindness that saves lives, that heals hearts, that creates miracles. That day, a little girl gained health, a powerful man found humility, and two fathers, one rich, one poor, discovered that love needs no status to shine. So if you're watching this right now, let this story remind you: never walk past someone in need. Because sometimes, your small act of kindness may be the very thing that saves a life. And if this story touched your heart, I invite you to like this video, share it with others, and subscribe to Kindness Stories. Because here, we believe one story at a time, one act of compassion at a time, we can make the world a gentler place.